Now before we get started, today I just want to thank War Thunder for sponsoring this video and supporting the channel. Today I've put together a list of rare things that can happen in Battlefront 2. Some of these things have happened to me in-game, whereas others are from the community, but I guarantee there's going to be something on this list that you've never seen before in Battlefront 2. But if you have seen some of them, please let me know in the comments. Please also let me know what other rare stuff you see sometimes happen in Battlefront 2. And subscribe so we can continue our push for Battlefront 3. Hey everyone, it's Andrew. Now this first one is a bit tricky to figure out what actually happened. I was playing as the First Order Jet Trooper on Crait and flew myself to land up on top of the AT-M6 Walker. Now while up here I was trying to get a few kills, but the First Order Jet Trooper's blaster doesn't have the greatest range, so I moved myself onto the head of the AT-M6, the cockpit, when something strange happened. Oh, I got a kill! How? I have no idea, but we did it. Did we step on someone? Is that what just happened? Yes, I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. But the strange thing is, I'm not piloting the AT-M6. In fact, on Crait, no one can pilot the AT-M6s. The AT-M6s are completely AI controlled, meaning that for some reason, when the AT-M6 killed or stepped on another player, it registered as my kill. If you think something else happened here, please let me know, but I've never seen this before, and I wasn't firing my blaster at the time of getting the kill. Possibly the rarest kill I have ever achieved in Battlefront 2. And while we're still on Crait, another extremely rare thing that I personally have never seen happen before, when playing as the Resistance, my team actually ended up coming together and taking down one of the AT-M6 walkers. Come on, walk it down, surely. Walk it down, yes. It's going down, yes, we killed a walker, amazing. Like I said, this is something I have never seen happen before, because this phase of Crait is one of the most one-sided sections of a map, I think, in all Battlefront 2. The Resistance are not only retreating in this instance, but are only really armed with the ski speeders and some of those turrets which don't really do much, whereas the First Order have the AI-controlled AT-M6s, which also provide them with more cover. They also have AT-STs and TIE fighters flying overhead. The Resistance here are seriously outgunned, which probably makes Crait one of the most lore-accurate maps in Battlefront 2. But also, interestingly, something I didn't know, when you take down the walker on Crait, it doesn't fall over just like it does on Hoth. Instead, it kind of just slumps its head and will stop firing at the Resistance. I'd love to know if you've ever experienced a match on Crait where you take down both the walkers as the Resistance. I have never seen that happen before. I've just been slaughtered every single time I've tried. What? And speaking of lore accurate, have you ever seen Darth Maul survive falling down a reactor shaft? In this clip I saw on Reddit from Josie26, both Darth Maul and Palpatine are pushed down a reactor shaft by Obi-Wan Kenobi, and yet Maul somehow survives. The only difference is he still has his legs. Today I just want to thank War Thunder for sponsoring this video and supporting the channel. War Thunder is the most comprehensive vehicle combat game ever made, and is available now for free on PC, consoles, and mobile devices. You can take command of over 2,500 tanks, planes, helicopters, and ships from 10 major nations. And these range from vehicles from the 1920s to modern day. Vehicles are incredibly detailed, the graphics are realistic, but I personally enjoy the authenticity of the sound design. For me, that's what makes the game more immersive. I also really enjoy the in-depth customization. War Thunder has a comprehensive customization system with countless camouflages, historical markings, and decorations for all different types of vehicles, including community-created ones. And there's also different modes based on the type of player you are. For example, Arcade suits those craving fast-paced matches with enhanced vehicle performance and simplified physics. There's Realistic mode, which is a little more challenging than that. And then Simulator mode, the most hardcore War Thunder experience. I also really like the X-ray view, where you can see precisely where the shell penetrated, which components were affected, and a detailed look at what actually led to the destruction of the vehicle. You can play War Thunder for free on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and mobile. Use my links in the description to go play, and also get the massive bonus pack for new and returning players that haven't played for at least 6 months for PC and consoles. That's only available if you sign up using my link. You'll get the exclusive vehicle decorator Eagle of Valor, 100,000 Silver Lions, and 7 days of a premium account. Only for a limited time though, click the link in the description, and thanks again to War Thunder for sponsoring this video. When playing on Kashyyyk, especially in Heroes vs Villains or Hero Showdown, did you know that you can actually land on the tree branches? Technically, the Wookiees live in tree houses, and in this clip, Dooku gets to experience exactly this. Luke pushes him and Dooku lands on a branch, saving him from falling to his demise. But then when he tries to get back up on the platform, he makes a fool of himself, knocks his head, and falls all the way down to the beach. I've never seen Darth Vader be killed by the blast doors, or any player for that matter. And unfortunately for Vader, even though he was having a lore-accurate duel with his son on the second Death Star, the blast doors decided to intervene and end him once and for all.
Lord Vader has fallen.
Surely Darth Vader getting sliced by the blast doors again has to be one of the rarest deaths I've ever seen in Battlefront 2. So 2015, Star Wars Battlefront's main game mode was Walker Assault, all about taking down the AT-AT walkers. And the most accurate recreation of that experience in Battlefront 2 is on the Galactic Assault Hoth map. But unlike in 2015's Battlefront, it's extremely rare that your team playing as the rebels are actually able to take down the AT-AT walkers. And usually what happens is you fail the walker section and move into the next part of the battle inside the rebel base. But while streaming the other day, our team somehow actually managed to take down both walkers. Surely we get it done. Oh my gosh, it's so close. Oh my gosh. Yes, we did it. What? In my experience, achieving this is extremely rare, and playing as the rebels, you never feel like you have enough time in this phase of the match to actually take down the walkers. It takes a highly coordinated team effort to do so. And if you achieve this, the match ends. You don't actually have to play the indoor sections. The walkers are destroyed and the rebels win the day. This is crazy. What a game. But even rarer than this is actually seeing someone use a snowspeeder to hook the walkers on Hoth. In Battlefront 2015, this was significantly easier to do, and I recall achieving this multiple times, whereas in Battlefront 2, I don't think I've ever hooked a walker. Usually while trying to do this in Battlefront 2, you're targeted and shot down by an enemy TIE fighter, and don't even necessarily get the chance to do so. What also makes it difficult is that the walkers need to be exposed to do this. You need someone to shoot them with the ion charge, which then makes them vulnerable for attack, which also makes it much harder to time when you can actually go in and hook the walker, and is likely why I've never achieved this myself and have barely ever seen anyone do it.
I'm doing it, guys! I did it!
You literally just don't even see people using the tow cable on Hoth because they never get the chance to do so. You end up being like Luke's co-pilot in Empire Strikes Back. Something that happens quite frequently when playing Hero Showdown is being in a match with only 3 players, yourself included. Hero Showdown is a 4-player game mode, but a lot of the time you'll load into a match and then someone leaves, leaving you in a 2v1. Now, what I, and I'm sure a lot of you have rarely seen happen in this instance, is the 2 players who are on the same team respecting the rules of a 1v1. Usually what happens is those 2 players hunt that 1 player down and absolutely kill you over and over again. But sometimes, on those rare special occasions, those 2 players respect the fine art of dueling, and only 1 player will engage while the other one watches. If the alone player wins the duel, he can then face off against the other player on the opposing team. Guys, if you're playing Hero Showdown, I'm sure so many people who played this game mode would really respect if you're in this situation to only do 1v1s. But I personally have rarely seen that happen. Hey. This is possibly the most lore-accurate death I've ever seen in Battlefront 2. Boba Fett sent flying into the Sarlacc pit.
I should sell you to boss.
The good news for him is that on Felucia in Battlefront 2, the Sarlacc is actually dead, so he'd have a much easier time getting out of there and wouldn't be slowly digested over the next 10,000 years. Something that happens maybe not so rarely in Starfighter Assault is being destroyed by one of the ships that drops out of lightspeed. And this makes me wonder, did this ever happen in Star Wars canon? Were there ships that jumped out of lightspeed and absolutely annihilated smaller ships because they didn't get their positioning right? Or just didn't know they were there? While also playing Starfighter Assault, it's quite rare to see a player using a hero ship that has all purple star cards. The hero ships might be the hardest to level up in Battlefront 2, just because it's less likely that you're going to be playing as them. They're not available in any of the other non-Starfighter game modes, and even in these game modes, you usually don't end up flying them for all that long. Do you have purple star cards on your hero ships? I certainly don't. Oh no. Oh, this next one I also saw on Reddit and have never seen happen before in Battlefront 2, submitted by Chris Gamer 08. In a match of heroes vs villains in the Venator, the AI Gonk droid just happened to be walking at this part of the map during the hero intro cinematic, and it looks like the Gonk droid wants to be part of the team. Maybe this is EA hinting that one day they are going to give us playable Gonk droids. It's pretty rare to fall off a cliff or platform in Battlefront 2 and actually survive, but Darth Maul seems to be making a habit of it. On Kessel, there's a specific part of the map where if you fall off, you will be out of bounds, but you can land on somewhat of an invisible platform, and then while playing as a hero, jump back up to safety.
Oh my gosh, I came back from that.
Extremely rare and lucky to land here, but it had to be Darth Maul.
Brilliant.
Did you know you can get stepped on and completely crushed by the ATT? Look at it. This can't step on me, surely. Whoa! I knew that if you were hit by the ATT's legs, you would likely die, but I did not realize it could all out flatten you, step on you, as if you're an insect. And this only works if you're playing as the opposing team, as a separatist. If you're playing as a clone, I'm pretty sure nothing happens here, but it's pretty rare that you get completely flattened in the way that I did here. Have you ever destroyed or seen the MTT destroyed on Naboo while playing Galactic Assault? Because I think in my 8 years of playing Battlefront 2, I've only ever achieved this once. I don't even have footage of it that I can find. To actually take out the MTT on Naboo, you need some crazy teamwork, and for your team to keep running, getting the ion disruptor, and basically have your whole team fire at it every single time without worrying about other infantry. One of those things that's an extremely rare sight, which would make it so rewarding if you ever actually won the battle by doing this.
Transport destroyed and separatists on the run.
Have you ever actually got a kill streak in the U-Wing? The answer to this is probably no for most of you. One, because how often do you get to play in the U-Wing? And number two, because it's basically impossible to see anyone down on the map when in this thing. The U-Wing is on rails, you're not actually in control of it, and when aiming using its turret, it's almost impossible to see players through all the shrubbery, through the trees, and you end up just spinning around in circles the whole time in this. Pretty rare that you can actually get a kill or two, so if you've ever achieved this, congrats. You're doing better than most players. But please let me know of any other rare moments you've had in Battlefront 2, things that rarely ever happen. Also, thanks again to War Thunder for sponsoring the video. Don't forget you can play for free on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and mobile, and use my link in the description to get the limited time in-game bonuses. These are available to new and returning players who haven't played the game in at least 6 months. And for some of Battlefront 2's rarest Easter eggs, watch this video here. Also subscribe, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, join my Discord and TikTok. Come tell me about Battlefront 3 and why you want it, and always remember,
Stay bombastic.